On today's video, we're going to unload a boat and we're going to load a boat. Hey there outdoor YouTubers, Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors, and we're going to go ahead and launch a boat, and then I'm going to also show you how to get it back on the trailer safely and effectively. I'll show you a couple of things that I like to do. Okay, so I'm going to want to get my transom saver out of the way. Some boats have them, some don't. Definitely got to unhook that. Then I'm going to go down to the straps. Just keep mine like right there. Stick this in the truck. And then another thing I like to do, especially if the water temperatures are cold, is I like to unplug my trailer lights. Hot bulbs going into the cold water, sometimes they'll pop. When the water warms up, usually it's not a big deal, but I just like to do it anyways. So we'll unhook that. And this next step is very important. I've seen people mess this up a lot. Do not unhook your winch until your boat is almost in the water or completely in the water. And if you've got rollers, for sure don't ever do that. I know sometimes people kind of try to get away with that. They got bunks on their trailer. The boat does not come off their trailer very easy, so they'll just unhook this thinking it won't be a problem. They can back down to the water and the boat's not going to come off before they get to the water. And you know a lot of times they're right, but every once in a while something will start to jackknife and they tap the brake a little too hard and thunk, the boat goes flying off the end. If you got rollers, as soon as that trailer starts angling down the ramp, voonk, it comes off kind of premature. You don't want the boat to come off the trailer premature. Very important. So anyways, what I do is I do unhook the safety chain, and then I've got another rope that I add to it besides the winch rope. Get that on there. And like I say, this winch strap is not coming off till this boat's in the water. Okay, that's very important. So I'm going to go ahead and back it down. And you always want to have two means of holding the vehicle in place when you get out. This vehicle's in park, and I've also applied the parking brake. And always have your passengers hop out too, just in case this vehicle were to somehow back down into the water. You especially don't want to leave your kids in there. So if there's nobody at the steering wheel, have everybody hop out, avoid bad things from happening. So the boat's in the water. The boat can safely come off the trailer at this point. And here's a little trick. This ramp has got a little bit of an incline to it. So when I go to unhook this is what's going to happen. It's going to start going down by itself. So that doesn't really give me an opportunity to unhook this. So what do? And this is the reason a lot of times guys will unhook this winch strap before they back down, because this can happen. So what I like to do, I just take this rope, wrap it around here, and that way I can grab the tension off the boat, and I can get some slack. Then I can get some slack into my winch strap and undo it, and the boat's not taking off on me. There we go. Let's give it a little push. Now this is another pretty important thing. If you're by yourself, of course, you're going to want to tie this boat up really good so it's not going to come off this dock. If you're with somebody else, a lot of times they might be working the winch, they might be grabbing this rope. And I think I saw the beginning of a divorce happen this one time, where the husband backed it down, his wife is standing here on the dock, he tells his wife, just hold on to the rope, that's all you got to do, honey, you're so beautiful, thank you for letting me buy this new boat, all this stuff. It was all rainbows and lollipops, until his wife wasn't really paying attention and the rope got hooked around one of the rollers. The husband pulls the trailer up, the wife is screaming, of course she has to let go of the rope, and the husband accidentally pulls the boat right up onto shore because the rope was snagged in the trailer. So always make sure the rope is clear of the trailer. If somebody's holding it, or if you're just tying it off to the dock, make sure this rope doesn't get snagged on the trailer when you pull the vehicle out. And another good thing to do is, if you can, try to tie this off so the boat doesn't, the back end of the boat doesn't swing into shore or anything. So you can see here, I got it attached up here, I got it attached back here. Take this loop, put it on one of the posts. This boat is nice and secure. It's not going to cause me any issues when I pull the vehicle up and park it. If I had people waiting in line, somebody was going to come in behind me, I would take the boat and I'd put it on the other side of the dock and get it out of their way so they won't be waiting on me at all. So there you have it. We went ahead and we launched it, and then we're going to go out on the water, and when we bring it in, I'll show you guys how to load the boat. Alright, and we want to ease into the dock nice and slow. If you're fishing with somebody, they can kind of catch the dock and not let your boat slam too hard. Perfect. Alright, and we want to have the boat out of the way so there's plenty of room for me to back down. And got my wife holding the boat. Very good. Alright, here's a real important thing. When you back the trailer down, you don't want to back it down too far, and you don't want to back it down not far enough. What you want to do is leave just the tips of the rollers or just the tip of your bunks sticking up, and that'll act as a guide to get your boat nice and centered as you're cranking it up on the trailer. If you have rigid uprights, then you really don't have to worry about that so much. But if you get those rollers too far into the water, the back end of your boat can sway back and forth, and it may actually, as you're pulling it up out of the water with the vehicle, it may actually shift on you. So it's really good to have just the tips of the roller or just the tips of the bunks sticking up. Alright, what I want to do is I want to push this off just so it's positioned right behind the trailer. Centered on that center guide, and I can just start cranking it in. Sometimes it's good to put a little bit of pressure on it and just kind of let that back end settle in so it's not one way or the other. Just have straight on pressure. that's really key to just having those rollers sticking up, or bunks if you have bunks on your trailer. That it really acts as a guide. It guides it on there nice and straight. I'm going to make sure and hook my safety chain on in case there was any issues with my winch when I'm pulling up. Got the safety chain there that's going to catch the boat, and we're all set to pull it out of the water. Now once you pull it out of the water, you want to double check and make sure it's nice and snug up in this front roller. Sometimes as you're pulling it out, it'll pull some stretch out of your winch rope. So you just want to take up that stretch or a little bit of play that there might have been there. Make sure this is good and solid up there before you start attaching the stuff in the back. And my transom saver. And for anybody that doesn't know, what this does is it just kind of takes some of the pressure that your outboard motor puts on the back stern of your boat, the back straps. Second one. And then if you remember, we unplugged the lights. We of course want to plug those back in. And another thing to remember, when you get the boat out of the water, if there's people waiting to get their boats out of the water, if there's other people waiting to launch, just pull your boat up and get out of everybody's way. You don't want to be sitting right in front of the ramp, strapping things down, making other people wait. Just be courteous to the other fishermen and the other boaters that are using the launch, and try to stay out of their way. Just the same as when we pulled in. If you're in line waiting to launch your boat, do as much as you possibly can while you're waiting. Don't wait till you're right in front of the ramp, holding everybody else up to start, looking for your lures and putting jackets in the boat and unstrapping. Do that stuff ahead of time while you're waiting in line, and makes things real good for everybody else, including yourself. And now I just like to give it one last little walk around, make sure everything's strapped down. Make sure there's nothing in the boat that's going to blow out, any kind of garbage, bags, jackets, anything like that. And we're ready to go down the road. But also, remember this: hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. Hey, thanks for watching, and God bless.